It's now 6:51 in Antigua and Barbuda. This is your wake-up call. We're having a rather animated time in studio with our first guest this morning on Wake Up Call, Odessa Whitlock. She's an Antiguan American multifaceted artist and senior at Montclair State University, and she's experiencing a phenomenal year. With a deep passion for fiber art, her work has been showcased in numerous exhibits across the New York tri-state area, earning her a growing reputation and recognition on the art scene. She firmly believes in the transformative power of art as a tool for social change, and she channels this passion into raising awareness about environmental sustainability through her creation. So I guess some of the comments I made earlier might have resonated with her from Uncle's Neighborhood. Known for her vibrant work, Odessa is excited about attending Antigua and Barbuda Art Week, which is every day this week. If you listen to Twin Island Media and you say you never heard of Art Week, you're clearly sleeping during the program. But anyway, where she will showcase some of her existing pieces alongside her new work dedicated to her grandmother, who is also here, but I think she's going to be quiet. Right, I think. I mean, if she wants to say something, I would have no objection. And a national icon. And she views this event as an opportunity to network with local artists and buyers, shares the richness of her culture, and gain a greater recognition within the local creative community. She incorporates personal elements such as her colorful braids, which we were just having a conversation about, and clothing from her youth into her art, symbolizing her cultural heritage and personal history. She hopes one day to become an art teacher. I want to say good morning and welcome to you, Odessa Whitlock. And I was asking about the significance of the name Odessa. When I think of Odessa, I think of that port in Russia, Ukraine. And so is that weird? Tell us about the history of the name.
Okay, so the name Odessa actually came about in my sophomore year of college. So I already didn't like my birth name. I'm sorry. It never really suited me. And so I knew that I had to change it when I was graduating at some point. So I met this really sweet lady named Odessa at my school. Okay. She's a Guyanese woman. And in America, there's not many Caribbean people. It's very hard to find Caribbean people. So I just naturally gravitated towards her. And she works at my school. And so she became like like a mentor a little bit at school, and I already was looking for different names. Okay. So it's between Odessa and Orchid, and so I chose Odessa. Yeah, because of that lady. Yes.
Right. You are quite something. I'm already just looking at you in amazement. Anyway, What inspired you to become an artist, and how did your journey in the arts actually begin?
Wow, okay, that's a really hard question, just because apparently, according to my mother, I was drawing and like doodling little things before I even was speaking. I used to just cry and draw little stuff when I needed something. And so I guess I would say my main inspiration would be my grandmother, just because she was a craft teacher growing up. And anytime she would be making anything from fudge in the kitchen to little crafts in that home, I would just be watching her and just trying to learn as much as I can. So I guess that she would be my main inspiration. But I feel like I naturally choose and gravitate towards art just because I love the freedom of expression. I am not a very chatty person. Even doing this is a lot for me. I feel like I naturally gravitate towards just expressing myself in color and in my clothes and like what I make. So I think that's why I really chose to be an artist. I didn't really choose to. It was naturally going to happen.
It was naturally going to happen. Yeah. And for the listeners who heard my reference to your grandmother and your reference to her, could you let us know who your grandmother is?
Oh, my grandmother is the wonderful Miriam Samuel. Yes. She's been a teacher for over 40 years. She was a teacher for 40 years. Okay. Yes.
All right. And listeners would be aware. And some of that guava cheese and fudge.
Yes.
And the jams, pineapple jam, guava jam.
Mango tea, everything.
All kinds of jams and teas and so on have ended up in a certain household. Yes.
Oh,
yes,
wow.
yes.
You're a big fan?
Yes, I do have her treats in the house, so I can certainly testify that she's quite a lady. Yes. What is the concept or inspiration behind the work that you're showcasing at Art Week?
Right now, so I have recently been delving into fiber arts. When I mention fiber arts, it's a very broad term. So, you can look at this, yes. Yeah. So this is a combination of my braiding hair and fabric that I've been collecting for a while. The yellow is like a skirt that I got like last year. Right. So the work that I'm showing in Art Week is mostly me It's like all my braiding hair and fabric collages. Most of the pictures are either specific like photos from my childhood. There's one of a family portrait with me, my mom, and my twin sibling when we were about 2 in 2005. That was the last photo my dad took of us, like that year. And the one that's at the airport is just, I guess it's, I know I'm not allowed to talk about, oh gosh. Well, I'll just say a love story. It's just a love.
Of course you're allowed to talk.
No, there's something I shouldn't say, I think. But, yes, it's just a love story. And they're mostly just about memories that I want to preserve. Just because I feel like my work, I want to just capture memories that I want to preserve, because I feel like as I'm getting older, I want to be able to look back at what I'm making now and remember these memories. And just like as the world's getting hotter, as everything's changing, I want to like start preserving like my clothes and my hair. And I feel like it's really important as an artist to have a legacy, and I have like my physical legacy as my hair. So that's what my work mostly is, just like preservation. Yeah.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
Can
you tell who that is? Do you know who that
hair.
is?
This is Sir Vivian.
Yes, good.
Richards.
I'm so glad.
All right, Sir Viv. And this is Grandma?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So your art is quite, I mean, it's obvious.
Oh, good.
But very creative.
Thank you.
Because you're using, tell us about the materials you're using in this image.
That image, okay, so that is fabric. It's mostly fabric and braiding hair, yes.
And you created an image of Sir Viv with fabric.
And braiding hair, yes.
And braided hair.
Yes.
And the braided hair here looks very similar to the braided hair you have on your hair.
Yes, so I did orange.
On your head.
I did orange before, so you can see a little bit of orange here.
Yes.
So I saved my braids from earlier this year, and then I just like use it for the face. So I like flatten it and then just use it.
Do most people get this though? I mean, most people who know Sir Viv, do
Sure,
people get it?
somebody said that did not look like him. So I was like, oh, I'm sorry, but that's it. That's okay.
No bother with them. Okay. All right, so I'll let Denise have a look at that. We got to take a picture of that and let everyone see. Oh, we're showing? Oh, we're showing it on okay, nice. Thanks so much. The technical folks are trying to get it on the Facebook so that everybody can see. Absolutely fascinating. And yes, listeners are going to be saying, Darren, you got to get your in-studio camera sorted. But anyway, we continue. We're making lemonade here this morning. Tell us how the new piece that you have dedicated to your grandmother, well, you've already told us in terms of what inspired you to do this particular piece?
My grandma turned 90 this year, and I feel like because she turned 90, I've just been trying to make as much work about my grandma as I can. She has been my main inspiration since I could remember. So I wanted to make this specifically just because I'm pretty sure this year made his 50th year of starting cricket.
50th year of his first test match.
Yeah.
His test debut.
Yes.
It was just celebrated a week or so ago.
Yeah, so it mostly was inspired by that, and my grandma being able to partner with him and like give him a gift. Like this picture is from a box that my grandma presented to him because he did all the $2 bills. He like signed a bunch of $2 bills to my grandma. So I wanted to have this as just like a commemoration for like, I don't know, in a few years from now that we can like look back on and like have a actual memory together. Together.
Let's take a break. It's a minute to 7 o'clock in Antigua and Barbuda. This is your wake-up call. We'll be back with Odessa after this.
This hour is brought to you by West Indies Oil Company Limited.
West Indies Oil Company, fueling your travel, whether on land, sea, or air.
Win big in the ACB season of joy and rewards.
Oh, joy, joy, joy and rewards. It's the season to enter and win what's yours. Have your loan payments wiped away for a year. Bringing the joy of Christmas to you. We know that you're ready for the holidays with the $500 weekly giveaway. Oh, joy, joy, joy and rewards. With ACB.
Terms and conditions apply.
St. John City. A crowd filled with pandemonium. A crowd waiting impatiently. All getting ready for shopping. Get ready to shop at Cool and Smooth. We've got all you need for the house, the office, for play, and even things that make you save. If you're looking for a deal, come in and talk to Keenan or Amir. Trust me, they're like no other. Getting a deal is as simple as saying, my brother. Adult clothing, children wear, appliances, furniture, and even that thing over there. Wow, I think this commercial makes me want to drink a beer. We've got it all for you, all brand new, even for that person who said, bless you. It's Cool and Smooth in Lower Market Street. Come check us out today.
You are listening to Twin Island Media, 94.1 FM, streaming on Facebook, TuneIn app, or simply radio app.
It's 2 minutes after 7 o'clock in Antigua and Barbuda. This is your wake-up call presented by Twin Island Media on 94.1 FM. Darren Matthew Ward in your company. And we are joined by Odessa Whitlock. She's an Antiguan American multifaceted artist and a senior at Montclair State University. And this is a very, very inspiring discussion with Odessa. And I want to ask... just to let our listeners know, by the way, the Member of Parliament for St. Mary South will be joining us in about 15 minutes or so to tell us what's happening in that constituency. But we are focused on Art Week. We continue to focus on Art Week this week. And I want to ask Odessa, how has Antiguan culture and landscape influenced your work, even during this very visit for Art Week?
Wow. I would definitely say... just in terms of my vibrancy, I don't know. I'm drawn to very my grandma's clothing. I don't know. I always go back to my grandma. My grandma always influenced me, I think, in just the fabric that she used to collect. Right. And so I feel like the fabric that I started collecting started to emulate just what my grandma enjoyed too, like growing up. I think I love to bring color and just vibrancy, and I just love it to feel like I'm still in the Caribbean, even when I'm in the U.S. Like, I don't like when it's dreary and feel so disconnected. So I'm always drawn to very vibrant and, I don't know, a lot of flowers and like palm trees and just anything that feels like I'm still in Antigua, yeah. And I recently made a video that was at the Newark Art Museum that was called Lost Tapes of Antigua, and I came for my grandma's birthday in May and took many videos of Antigua to then open the conversation about 2029, because I don't know if you know about the climate clock that's supposed to be ending in 2029. Do you know about the climate clock? I can tell you. Oh, so there's a budget of carbon emissions that we have. I think it's about almost 1.5, like we can go up at least 1.5.
Oh, in terms of the temperature?
Yeah.
Right.
So there's a budget, like there's a carbon emission budget that we're trying to reduce before 2029, because if we get to that point, there's basically no return. Right. So I came to Antigua and took many videos just to then make a video to open the conversation about what we should be doing, what we should be thinking about in terms of 2029. And I feel like from then, I've just been wanting to include more videos of Antigua just to keep it on people's minds, because I am realizing in 2024, we are as close to 2029 as we are to 2019. And for me as a 21-year-old, that's terrifying, because I remember 2019. So if that means I just feel like it's coming so fast, and I really just want to keep reminding people that we as people in the Caribbean are on the forefront of this climate change, like on the forefront of global warming. And it's so terrifying to think about, because I have to really start imagining a world that I can't even prepare for, and it's constantly changing. And like, I'm only 21. I don't know what the world's gonna look like when I'm 31. Like, that terrifies me. So I feel like I just want to keep incorporating like just videos of Antigua, like my Antiguan culture, and just what it feels like to be an Antiguan child, Antiguan youth, into my work. Right. Yeah.
What's the favorite part for you being Antiguan?
I think the fruits. I'm sorry.
Fruit?
Yes,
Okay.
I love. They can't get guava nowhere else. I can't get good guava nowhere. I can't get good mango anywhere. And especially in the U.S., I can't find a good mango. They're always watery and nasty. I can't enjoy it. I'm so serious. Nasty. They're so big. I'm like, and by the time you bite it, it's just squishy and feels. No, I don't like it. And especially nobody in America knows what sugar apple is. What? I was trying to find sugar. It's such a hard dynamic. Seriously.
I've clearly opened up
Yes.
a wound.
Yes. No, seriously. I
Right.
think it's the fruit for sure. I
Right.
think compares.
Yes,
Yeah.
I am inclined to completely agree with you. Did you any challenges that you faced as a young artist? Every crafts person, every professional, everyone has challenges with their craft or with their chosen profession. Have you had any challenges as a young artist, or should I
sure.
ask, what have those challenges been?
I would say the first one that comes to mind is just being able to fund myself to create different things. The reason why I started making fabric and hair collages was because I used to be an oil painter. Oil paint is expensive, and my teachers wanted me to do very big pieces, huge pieces, like 60 by 50 inches pieces in oil paint. And if you finish your oil paint before the piece is done, you're not getting a good grade. To me, that's ridiculous. I cannot manage that. One tube of oil is $8 for one color. One color. To get this fabric, I can get plenty fabric. I can get yards of fabric for more, like $10. To me, it didn't seem logically and just not sustainable at all. So I think that was my first issue, just being able to figure out what materials to use to make the work that I want to create and how to even fund it. And as well as just being taken seriously as an artist, I think because I'm an emerging artist, since I haven't really been in huge galleries and in huge, art shows, I'm not given the type of recognition that I guess I feel like I deserve, or even get my career
Going.
Yeah. So I think
You're still young, man. You have time.
yeah, no, I definitely think so. I'm not like I want to be put on this huge, pedestal yet. It's more of just not really being put in the forefront where I feel like I deserve to, because I feel like my art is a very different type of medium that deserves to be just even seen.
Do you think you'll ever go back to oil paint?
I think I could see myself combining fabric and oil, because I love fabric. I don't think I could ever just go back to oil.
Abandon it altogether.
Yeah, because oil takes forever to dry as well. So
aside from your grandmother,
yes.
It has been loud and clear that grandma has been the
Me,
biggest
inspiration.
influence,
Yes.
and I'll say something about that at the end. Biggest artistic influences.
Ooh, okay.
Aha.
There's this artist called Adame Delphine. She's a small artist. Not small, but I saw her work in the Newark Art Museum a few months ago. She came to my school actually to speak. I love her work because she's also from, I believe, Senegal, and she loves to take videos. She started in 1990s and was taking she started photography and started taking videos and just images of the culture in the 90s, and then started to go just different countries in Africa and start taking images of the youth in Africa, of like their cultural identity and their connection to music.
Okay.
So she was traveling around Africa from I think about 10 years, from 2009 to 2019.
Right.
And she really inspires me just because of the way that she makes collage in photographs and like started printing her pictures onto fabric. I really love artists who use fabric, because to me fabric is it weaves people together. Like it literally weaves memories. Like you can literally hold a memory in fabric. Like I feel like my clothes I still have from my childhood, I could never throw away, and I like to incorporate it into my newer work just so I can still somehow preserve it. Right. So I really love artists that use fabric in terms of preservation, just because as a community, as a Black community, after being removed during slavery from our homeland, we and our culture completely erased. I feel like it's really important that we currently try to start preserving our culture for the next generation, just because we can start now. Like we have the choice and we have the right to start preserving, because I want my children and the children I teach to be able to look back on my clothes or my memories from years ago and see the fabric. I feel like fabric holds so much.
What has been the reception to work so far during Art Week?
Say more. What do you mean? What do you
No,
mean?
reception. How have people received your work? What's been the reaction like?
It's been good.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Has it surprised you? Has it made you happy about what you've done? Any particular emotion, or you're just going for the ride and you'll pinch yourself at the end of it all?
It's been great reactions. Yeah.
Okay.
I think yeah, it's been good. Yeah, it's been good.
You haven't been lost for words for much of this morning, so I'm a little that question caught you a little off guard. What advice would you give though to young artists who want to get involved in events like Art Week and art generally?
I would say just start whatever you're interested in, even if you don't know what topics or even know what to start drawing, just start looking up different artists and even just start your own research and what you like. If you like animation, start watching different animators and actually looking up how they do it, just looking up and really delving into what you enjoy. And just don't really limit yourself. You don't have to be an oil painter. You don't have to be a sculptor. You can do whatever really calls you. I think it's really important to do. I think it's really important. Oh my gosh, make sure while I'm talking. Okay. I think it's really important to just choose what you're interested in. If you like film, start taking videos. Just look up different artists and even if you like movies, look up the director that you enjoy. Just start right now. Just exploring, just because you still have time, and I think getting yourself to even start creating something is really important, just to then see your progress over time. Just because you really are young, and a lot can happen in 5 years. You can if you keep researching, keep creating, I think a lot can change. Yeah.
All right. And your mom, how does your mom feel about your art and your work?
She thinks it's wonderful. She loves it. I think when I was doing oil and I was doing other acrylics, she didn't really enjoy it that much. She's like, okay, this is cool, but I think she likes this now just because it's so different and the dimensionality of it. You can really feel the textures.
Okay.
She really likes it, and just me able to use fabric and saving my clothes, because she mostly gets me a lot of my old clothes. Just knowing that I still have a use for it now, I think she really enjoys. Yeah.
She enjoys that. All right. Environmentally friendly art.
Yes.
All right.
Sustainable
and with
art,
with a purpose. Sustainable art. That's
Sustainable
the term.
art,
Thank
yes.
you very much.
No problem.
This is why you are doing what you're doing and I'm doing what I'm doing. Well, listen, this was a pleasure speaking with you this morning, Odessa. And what resonated with me perhaps more than anything else. There are a lot of things that resonate with me, but perhaps a little more than everything else is your relationship with your grandmother. And grandmothers are special.
Yeah.
They are very special. And that's probably why I got a little, oozy a while ago, because I lost my grandmother to COVID. So it's a little tough. But I'm just saying all that to say, continue to cherish and honor your grandmother, because they're just very super special people.
I grew up with my grandma for 10 years, so I understand.
Yeah. It's
really
tough stuff.
Yeah.
It's tough stuff when you have to deal with certain realities of life. But
Yeah.
keep it going. And Grandma is here. And I don't know if Grandma wants to say good morning to everyone. Grandma, you want to say good morning to everyone?
She loves to say
All
good
right.
morning.
Yeah. Could just Miriam Samuel, my neighbor's Clement Samuel's mother, and Dorit Samuel Whitlock's mother, and Megan Samuel Fields, who is a regular guest on Wake Up Call.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Hi,
So
Megan.
say good morning.
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
All right. Thanks so much for joining. And
Have
thanks.
a pleasant day.
All right. Thanks for all the inspiration.
Thank you.
And for the golden apple and guava jelly that I love to add to peanut butter.
Yes.
All right.
Oh, that sounds good.
Yeah. So you want to tell us about how people can find you on social
sure.
media?
Oh, I also have a exhibition tomorrow. There's a pop-up at Key Studios at Redcliffe Key. You guys should come out. It's at 4:30. I will be there. Oh, no, actually, it's today. I'm so sorry. It's Thursday.
Oh.
It's morning Thursday. I'm so sorry. You should come today at 4:30 to
Okay.
Redcliffe Key Studios. Please come. I'll be there. And you can also follow me on Instagram, Odessa Bubblegum. ODESSABUBBLE. Sorry.
Where did the bubble gum come from?
See, my name, I actually want to change it to Odessa Ocean. Me and my mother are arguing about that. So what do you think? Should it be Odessa Bubblegum or Odessa Ocean? What do you think?
Odessa Ocean.
Thank you. I agree.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
bubblegum was just the first thing that came to
Yeah,
mind a few
no,
years
not
ago.
bubblegum.
Oh, you don't like okay, sorry.
Not for a name, no.
Oh, okay, fine.
Yeah.
Odessa Ocean. I'll change it today. But
Yes.
right now, you can look up Odessa Bubblegum on Instagram. Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you so much. Odessa Whitlock, Antiguan-American multifaceted artist and senior at Montclair University, here for Antigua Barbuda Art Week. It's been an honor and a pleasure.
Thank you for having me.
Both of you here in studio. All the very best for the balance of Art Week. And happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you.
All right.